In this video, I want to show you where you can use JavaScript in Oracle Apex for client-side. I'm going to discuss about these parts, and it should be mentioned you can find all the code and explanation in an article I've written, and you can find the link of this article below the video in description if you like. So without wasting time, I'm going to start with JavaScript in dynamic action. So here I have a region. I go to the edit page and then create a dynamic action. When you create a dynamic action, you have a lot of predefined events that all work with JavaScript. But in some scenarios, these predefined events of dynamic action may not meet your specific requirement, and for these type of scenarios, you need to create your custom event. So I want to focus on this type of dynamic action and discuss how we can create custom event. To implement custom event, you need to pass two steps. The first step is defining your custom event, and the second step is triggering your custom event. For the first step, for defining the custom event, just set a name for your custom event, for example, my custom DA. So for the selection type, you should select what will be used to trigger your custom event. Actually here, you determine that this custom event will be triggered with what? With an item or items, with a button, with region. So these are clear, but for JavaScript expression, maybe it's not bad that here I want to mention that here for JavaScript expression based on the help document, you should write something that return a single DOM object. So for example, when you write document as your JavaScript expression, you have a reference to the browser's document DOM object, and so by this way your custom event will be available globally across the document. So keep it in your mind, and let's go ahead by example, it will be more clear. So until now you define your custom event, just you should set the action that what you want to do when this custom event trigger. So for creating action, here you have some predefined action, and also by selecting execute JavaScript code, you have this ability to write your JavaScript code here. So for this example, I just want to have a simple alert that by triggering this custom event, I want to have this alert. We did the first step, so now we should go to the second step, triggering the custom event. For triggering your custom event based on Apex JavaScript API, you need a separate dynamic action that run this JavaScript code. So I create a button and then create a dynamic action. So I want to click, when I click on my button, execute JavaScript code. So I bring my code. So the first parameter is my JavaScript expression, and the second one is my custom event name. So I save it and run it. So when I click on my button, my custom event will be triggered, and you will see the alert. Let's continue discuss about custom event by the other example. Consider this scenario that you have an interactive grid or interactive report. For example, for depth table, the scenario is this: you want to, when you click on depth number, the value of the name assigned to an item. So I need an item, and I want to implement this scenario with custom event. So we said for custom event we need two steps. The first step is defining your custom event. So for defining custom event, I come here and set a name for this. For JavaScript expression, document is okay. What I want to happen, I want to execute the JavaScript code that the value of my JavaScript expression assigned to this item. So until now I defined my custom event. Now I should trigger this custom event. For triggering custom event, let's back to the scenario. I want, when I click on depth number, the value of the name assigned to this item. So I said I want to, when I click on depth number, so triggering my custom event should be happen when I click on this. But this dot value here refer to dname because I want to the value of dname. So this is my input parameter for my custom event. So I come to the depth number, I change the type as a link. Here I can change, here I can write my JavaScript code. So I want to pass dname to my custom event as a parameter, as input parameter. So if I click OK and save, you will see the result here. When I click on this, the value of dname assigned to this item. Let's continue by discuss about JavaScript in page attribute. The other place that you can write your JavaScript code is in page attribute. Here in the page attribute, in the JavaScript section, you have 3 parts for writing your JavaScript code. So I want to discuss how we can use each part for running our JavaScript code. For using JavaScript in file URL, you need a JavaScript file that contains all your JavaScript code. For example, a notepad and a simple function. I save as JavaScript file. Then I should go to the shared component and upload my JavaScript file. After creating this static file, just copy this reference. Come back to your page and in the file URL paste your reference. So now for using the functions in your static file, you need a dynamic action that call your function. So let's save it. So I'm going to create a dynamic action. When page load, I want to call my function to show my alert. So I had this function that show me this alert. So here I save it. When I run and when the page load, my JavaScript will be run. So you can, instead of in the page attribute, you can, instead of having your file and write your global variable and function in your file, instead of this, write your function and global variable here. For example, I want to delete this and write my function here. But if you write your function in a URL or in the function and global variable declaration, you need to dynamic action to call your function, to run your JavaScript. So again, if I run the page, you see that my dynamic action works. But if you have a code that you want when the page load run, you can use this part. If you, for example, write your alert directly here, you don't need this dynamic action. And when page load, your JavaScript execute. So as you see, your JavaScript works. The other place that you can run your JavaScript file is in region. So let's go ahead, go to the edit page. For 2 types of region, you can write your JavaScript code. For static content and also dynamic content. For static content, here you have HTML code part in source. So when you have HTML, by a script tag of HTML, you can run JavaScript code. So for example, here I have the script tag and I can write my JavaScript code here. So if I put this static ID for this region, I can say by clicking on this region, this function run and show me this alert. So here, when I click on this, my JavaScript run. The other region type, as I mentioned, that you can use JavaScript code is region by dynamic content. So for using this type of region, you should create a function body that return a syllab. So you can declare so this is the syntax. So for the CMD, you can assign your JavaScript code. So exactly, I want to use the previous code that I used for the HTML static content here. So just I changed the my static ID because I want to assign this static ID for this new region. So here I come to the static ID and set this name. And you can see again by clicking on this second region, you see that my JavaScript work. The other part in Apex that you can write your JavaScript code is in interactive grid. One of the difference between interactive grid and interactive report is interactive grid in attributes and in advanced parts gives you this ability to write your JavaScript code by using Oracle Apex JavaScript API. So here I can customize my interactive grid appearance or behavior by using Apex JavaScript API. So if I go to the Apex JavaScript API and go to the interactive grid, here I have some options that I can change, and also event and method. So for example, I want to have some changes for the method, for the toolbar, and here as you see in the toolbar I have this as default value, and if I want to change them I can bring, for example, this code here. So for example, I want to disable my action menu and just this. So when I run it, my action menu is disabled. So by using this Apex JavaScript API, you can play with your interactive grid and change the behavior and the appearance and features of your interactive grid. Okay. Let's continue by discuss about JavaScript in items. How we can use JavaScript in items. So I go to the edit page and I create a page item. When you create an item in advance, you have custom attributes. Here in custom attributes of items, you can write HTML, and where you can write HTML code, you can write JavaScript code. So here I can think about HTML events to run my JavaScript code. Based on your item, you should search for HTML event. So here I have a text field, so I should look for HTML events that refer to input. So if I search about HTML event or directly come to a W3 School website and search for HTML events, I can see some HTML events for form items. And for example here I think on input or on focus or the others can be useful for me. So let's come back to my page and use these HTML events for run my JavaScript code. So for example, I decided to use an input HTML event. So how can I use it? I should bring the name of my HTML event and then write my JavaScript code between two double quotation. So for example, I want to write a name of the function here, and I want to, when user start to type in my text field, this JavaScript function execute. So after writing my function name here, I should define my function in somewhere. For example, here in function or in a file URL, I can write my JavaScript code. So I save it and run the page. So when I start to input something in the text field, my JavaScript will be run. And also you can write directly your JavaScript code here instead of using the function name. For example, just an example here. For example, you want to, when user start to type in your text field, the background color of this item, this text field will be red. So this is the other way you can use a JavaScript code inside custom attributes by using HTML events. So here, when I start to type, you see the background color of this item will be changed. And it can be very flexible. So for example, you want to have some conditions in your JavaScript, and for example, if user type red, the background color change to red, otherwise any changes. So for example, that's the simple part here. So if the this that value is red, so it means if the user write red, the color change to red, otherwise any changes. So let me run it. So here, if I write blue, any changes, but if I write red, the background color will change. So let's go ahead. The other place in Oracle Apex that you can use JavaScript is in charts. So I go to the page, go to the edit page, and create a very simple chart here. So the depth number, for each depth number I want to see the count of the name, and for the series name I use depth number. It's just a sample chart. So I have a very simple chart here. So here for a chart in attributes in advanced, where is it? Here we have initialization JavaScript function, that here you can write some JavaScript code to change the appearance or behavior of your chart. But it should be mentioned, because Oracle Apex use Oracle Jet for its charts, you should use a JavaScript chart library of Oracle Jet to modify your chart in Apex. So if I search for Oracle Jet JavaScript extension toolkit, here I should use OJ chart for modify my Apex chart region. So for example, I'm going to have some changes in my appearance of my Oracle Apex chart. So how can I use this type definition here? So for example, I want to use a legend and use these properties and change them in my legend. How can I use this? So in general, your code should have this syntax. So here, so you write your type definition here and then the properties here. So let me show you some example. So for example, I said that I want to have some changing in my appearance for example in legend. So I have these properties and I can change the value of them and change the appearance of my legend. So for example, I can write this code here. I write legend, and for the properties I can use this list of properties and change the values. Something like here, I change the background color, width, border color, and so on. So if I run it, so I can see some changes in the appearance of the legend. The legend has background, it has border, it is in the position is the bottom of the chart. And so let's go ahead with the other examples. So for example, I want to have some changes in X and Y axis. So here I I can see the properties for x-axis and y-axis, so I can use these properties. So here I prepare the code, so I will just paste them. So for x-axis I want to have this title, these changes in font and color, and for y same, some changes in title and style and color and something like this. So let's click OK and then run and see what will change in the appearance of the chart. So this is the way that you can use Oracle Jet. So here, as you see, I have the title for this, and for the font, and with the font and color as I decided. So this is the way that you can use Oracle Jet for changing the appearance of your chart in Oracle Apex by using JavaScript. So just this, and thank you for your watching and thank you for your time. I hope it was useful for you.